If you want to be a member of the Darker Empires, all you gotta do is put Slick Vic into the YouTube search bar, click the darkness range symbol right there, and press subscribe wherever you see it. Now, without further ado, let's get in to today's video. Shall we? Where to go? Hold on. I gotta go find it. Oh, there it is.
In this life, we make a lot of.
All right. Hey, we're back, and today we got Situation I Hate to Be In by DerekFDB. I already subscribed. Just go ahead and like the video because we already know it's going to be a banger. Let's just get it.
In this life, we make a lot of decisions. And we're going to be making some today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I thought we'd have some fun and I'd test my judgment a little by going over some would you rather questions sent in by you guys. And not only to test my judgment, but to test y'all's too. Let's see how many answers we got in common. Like, are we locked in? Sorry. But be warned, like I just told y'all, they're sent in by you guys, and I know how y'all get. First question comes in from Requiem Empire, who says, would you rather spend 1 week in the wild or 1 week in prison? Love your vids. Thank you. You know, both of these are objectively buns, but I think one of them is clearly the better option. Living in the wild ain't as sweet as a Tarzan in the Jungle Book made it out to be. Because in the wild, I will not only have to find food, find water, make shelter, but I also gotta deal with whatever bugs and animals are around me. This is not a vibe. The first year already enough of a problem. Find food, water, and shelter? The frick I look like, the outdoor boys? But adding some wild animal on top of that stuff just makes things even worse. Cause knowing my luck, it won't be freaking Baloo and Turk or Timon and Pumbaa I run into in those woods. With my luck, I bet it'll be like a freaking dragon. But not in prison though. Cause prison's the complete opposite. I get free food, free water, free shelter. Bro. I even get a roommate. You know, he might be a little handsy at first, but I'm sure I could convince him to chill. Plus, it beats running into the freaking Ender Dragon. And outside of that, only thing I gotta worry about in prison is the showers. Because to put it lightly, I'm all about community and teamwork, but I don't want no help scoring my back. So I'll pick prison, but I'm gonna avoid showering that whole week. Hashtag quarantine vibes. David McKenzie on YouTube says,
at PetSmart, get 40% off your first auto-ship order of anything for you.
Would you rather be in an alien invasion or zombie apocalypse? I mean, what kind of aliens we talking about? Get in, I love my immigrants. Alien invasion or zombie apocalypse? This depends on what kind of alien invasion and what kind of zombie apocalypse we talking about though. Because if it's some home alien invasion, y'all know that movie. But some Resident Evil zombies, I don't want no parts. They got a sack spider lady running around. I'm good. Giving them aliens. But if it's some xenomorph aliens and some Night of the Living Dead zombies, you know, the ones that walk super slow, give me the zombies a million times. So it really all depends. But honestly, I'd say on average, alien invasion movies are usually scarier than zombie apocalypse movies. Zombies at most are dead idiots with superpowers looking for some brain. But aliens, the sky's the limit with aliens. They could be as simple as E.T., they could be the killer clowns from outer space, they could be the engineers from Prometheus. Bro, they could be Thanos. Yeah, I'm good. I'll take my chances with that sack lady. Seraph Davies and Gom on YouTube says, would you rather be the walrus in Tusk or be the dog in Good Boy? Bro, these both suck. If you don't know, this question is pretty much asking, would you rather pretend to be someone's dog for the rest of your life? And when I say pretend, I mean pretend. Like, you gonna be eating out of a dog bowl and stuff. Or option 2, get turned into a literal walrus. You can see why these both suck. But I'm definitely choosing the first option though. Cause at least Frank from Good Boy gets to keep all his limbs and even gets a dog girlfriend by the end of the movie. Not under the best circumstances, but hey, it's better than what Wallace got. He got nothing. By the end of his movie, he was limbless, homeless, and girlfriendless. And that's how it ends. Nobody helps him. Yeah, bro, I'm good. Bring me a bone and a collar. Pause. I'm picking Good Boy. Bango Cat from the Discord says, would you rather fly or teleport? Oh, I like these. Flying, as everybody knows, is like a superhero staple. But personally, if I could fly, I don't think I would ever do it, or at least not often. Cause you know, it's cold up there, travel time could vary depending on the weather, my hair gonna be all messed up when I land. But worst of all, unlike most other forms of transportation, if I could fly, I would have to travel alone. Yeah, that would suck. Like, what if I'm trying to go on a date and this girl knows I can fly, so she wants me to take her to France or something? I won't be able to take her. Like, yeah, bro, I can fly, but it wasn't no 2-in-1 special. It ain't come with super strength for me to be freaking carrying you 3,000 miles in the air. And that's not even considering how fast I'm gonna be flying. Like, what if I could only fly as fast as I could walk or run? I think I just wouldn't fly at that point. That's kind of embarrassing, no? Teleporting, on the other hand, instantaneous, zero travel time. I can go wherever, whenever I want. And if it works like instant transmission, I can take someone with me. This junk is amazing. I always like imagining these superhero questions in situations where I really need them, like an armed robbery or an awkward conversation. Teleporting works perfectly for both. Like if you catching up with one of your old buddies, you know, you haven't seen him in a while, and you ask, hey man, how's your grandma? My grandma's dead. Now imagine having to awkwardly turn around and fly out that situation. That junk will be horrible. He's just gonna look up and be like, why does he fly so slow? So I'm going teleporting. Literally only downside is I might spam it so much that I won't be active at all and might get fat. But that's what comes with the territory, baby. I'm a teleporter. Ain't got time for walking. Lin Jen from the Discord says, would you rather pancakes or waffles? Okay, probably the comments one of the video. You know, for the longest, pancakes were always my favorite. Like, they were my baby. But then one of my friends made me that Tyler the Creator Eggo recipe, and I dropped that baby immediately. So I'll go waffles. I still like pancakes, but that waffle crunch is different. Shout out my friend and shout out Tyler. I like the song She. Would you rather be rich and depressed or poor and happy? Oh, this one's easy. Rich and depressed. I got these dollar bills to wipe away my tears. Nah, I'm just kidding. Poor and happy. John Bond 8104 on YouTube says, would you rather French kiss a relative for 5 minutes? You're so gross. Or be forced to poop yourself in public with at least 100 people around? Yeah, bring in that crowd and tell them no recording. I'm not kissing my relatives. Talking about some kiss my relatives. Who do I look like, y'all? And yeah, I'm saying you guys, because this is definitely gonna apply to at least a few hundred of y'all. I still remember those confessions, you cousin kissers. The Alba guy on IG says, would you rather fight 5 DerekFDB sized chickens or 1 chicken sized DerekFDB? 5 DerekFDB sized chickens? We can all agree, those are some pretty tall chickens. What, like 5'10", 5'11", maybe even 6 feet if they got Timbs on? We can pretty much say 6 feet, right? That's tall. 1 chicken-sized DerekFDB though, I'll just kick him. That's easy. And if I'm being real, I think I'd rather fight a chicken-sized Derek than like a regular-sized chicken. You know, chickens could like fly and poke you and stuff. I don't want to deal with that. I could just kick a little human. Come on, y'all. These are getting too easy. Kakarot with the chickens. They got Timbs. Some pretty tall chickens. What?
Wait. Oh, five of him stacked on top of him sized chicken. Or wait.
DerekFDB sized chickens?
Or 1 chicken his size. So that's like saying fighting 5 knees, but like 5 times my height. 5 chickens 5 times my height. Or 1 chicken that is my height. Yeah,
we can all agree, those are some
I'm choosing the chicken that's my height.
What, like 5'10", 5'11", maybe even 6 feet if they got Timbs on? We can pretty much say 6 feet, right? That's tall. 1 chicken-sized DerekFDB though, I'll just kick him. That's easy. And if I'm being real, I think I'd rather fight a chicken-sized Derek than like a regular-sized chicken. You know, chickens could like fly and poke you and stuff. I don't want to deal with that. I could just kick a little human. Come on, y'all. These are getting too easy. Kakarot123 on YouTube says, would you rather have world peace or do a Kamehameha once? Alright, I'm gonna need y'all to hear me out. Come on, y'all. It's a Kamehameha. It's never been done before. Don't go judging me. You know what? Fine. I'll pick world peace, but I'm doing it reluctantly. Scylla's eater of dirt on YouTube says, would you rather date my dad or date my mom? Choose wisely. Give me your mom, bro. Rick Grimes 40469 on YouTube says, oh, y'all gonna love this one. Would you rather be white or black? This one's hard. Maybe controversial. Some of y'all know after what happened on the island I'm from a couple 100 years ago, I'm already kind of both. But if I had to pick one, I'm torn. It's like I resonate so much more with black culture, but being white would be a whole new experience. Like, y'all don't know how good y'all have it. Everyone knows there's certain things white people can get away with that other people just can't. Certain things that a Connor can get away with that a Jose or Jameer just can't. And don't play dumb with me. Y'all know exactly which things I'm talking about. That's right. Silly white phrases. All my life, I've had to go around hearing white people say all this cool stuff I couldn't say. And it's infuriating. Like, sometimes I want to say silly stuff like, you're on thin ice, pal. Or, oh really? You in what army? But I can't. Every time I let out an, oh shucks, I'm met with stares and rude comments like, you're whitewashed, or why are you doing that voice? I'm sick of it. Like, why can't I say those words? Why does it sound funny when I say it? I have a white friend, so that's why in this scenario, I'm choosing white. I'm choosing being white. I'm sorry, I know I'm sacrificing natural bounce and rhythm, but this is personal. I need this. Plus, imagine how smooth police interaction would go. There wouldn't be an ounce of fear in my blood. Animation Maniac from the Discord says, would you rather be able to see all of the past or all of the future? Okay, when you say all of the past or all of the future, do you mean all of it? Like, if I go to the past, do I gotta sit there in spectator mode from the start and watch cavemen kill each other for a handful of berries for a million years? Or do you mean I could go to whatever point in time I want? Because if that's the case, that's dope, but also hard. On one hand, I have the option to uncover all the truths of the past. How were the pyramids built? Was the Bigfoot photo real? Who was on that island? But then on the other hand, I can see how far civilization gets in 100 or 200 years. What advancements will we make? What new problems will we face? Robotic Hus, it's too difficult. You're literally giving me the option to see a prime Michael Jackson performance live or get
Taking it. Test. I'm going fast. Oh shoot. Put this down.
7. This is a tough one, I won't lie, but I'll say this. If I can interact with time without it changing nothing somehow, and no butterfly effects or anything, I'll pick the past. Not even to solve some old mysteries or interact with people or whatever I said. I mean, they'd probably get some disease from me anyways if I went back too far. But I'd pick it just to kick it with my parents when they were younger. I think that'd be pretty cool, because I don't know about y'all, but my parents have told me some crazy lore, like, what?
That's true. I would love to go hang out with my dad when he was my age.
Bonnie and Clyde? But if I can't interact with time and just spectate, I'll pick the future. See when AI finally enslaves us and get all the lottery numbers for the next 5 years. Come back to the present stacked. Only Fear God.aj on IG says,
With Google Play Games, you can play
Apparently, he says Google Play.
Unlock rewards with Google.
6 or 7. Alright, last one. And it's a good one. Ken's Delicious on IG says, would you rather date a slave owner or a racist?
I'm sorry. Had to.
Alright, I think I know my answer for this one, but I have a question. Aren't these the same thing? Like, obviously.
I keep hitting V and it brings up other videos. Wait.
You be racist and not on a slave. I mean, look at all the modern day racists. They don't got any. They just be up on Twitter talking about crime stats. But this question is implying that a slave owner wouldn't be racist. Like, he just does it to do it. That's ridiculous. You act like you gonna walk up to one and he gonna be like, nah, man, nah. I just own them. I don't think I'm better than them or anything. I just really admire how they work. Like, you know what I mean? That just won't happen. Aside from a few exceptions, most slave owners are usually racist. But for this scenario, let's imagine they somehow weren't. Slave masters somehow weren't racist. Who would I date? Well, it's not that simple. Because now that we know that this hypothetical has a clear distinction between the two, I gotta ask myself, if I'm a date a racist, what kind of racist are they? Because y'all know there's levels to this stuff. I like to call it a spectrum. At the start of it, we got everyone. And I mean everyone. Everyone watching this, you fall at least at the beginning of the spectrum. I don't care how open-minded you think you are, how progressive, you right in here with us. But don't worry, this is the type of stuff that's not harmful. The playful stuff. You know, this is the stuff one of your friends might say to you and you both laugh it off, but you'll be like, that was low-key racist. But it's cool, you laugh it off, cause hey, no harm, no foul. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, if my Irish friend called me up right now and was like, "Boy, Derek, I bet you love eating plantains," or some Irish stuff like that, what you think? I'm gonna get mad and say no? No, why would I do that? He's right. I would just tell him, hey, Sean, don't you got like some Lucky Charms to be looking for or something? What you calling me for? And we would be good. There ain't no harm in this. I love Luck of the Irish. It's a small, innocent generalization amongst friends. I would date this. As long as she's not calling me boy, we good. But I have a feeling this is not exactly what the questions talk about. This isn't the kind of racist I would have to date in this scenario. So now we gotta move a little higher on the spectrum, more in the middle. This is where it starts to get ugly. This is where the generalizations leave that fun, joking territory to, oh damn, he's racist. Because the stuff these dudes say ain't no, oh, you're Arab, so you must love chicken over rice. Nah, the ones they make, you know, those people just tend to be more violent than the others. Yeah, there's when stuff gets dangerous because they think it's true. They think it's all true. There's no jokes in this part of the spectrum. Nah, they genuinely believe all stereotypes are like fact, like set in stone. And the scary thing about these dudes is they blend in so well. You won't even know you're dealing with one until they start talking. You'll be thinking you're talking to a regular dude until he says something like, you know all Asians know Kung Fu, right? Really? All Asians know Kung Fu? Do you honestly believe that? Somehow some people do though. And dating this would not be fun. Cause I know I just said they blend in with the common folk, but some of these dudes are one step away. You light a fire under them and they become the last part of the spectrum, which is the one I think Ken's over here is talking about, the extremist. Now these are
the extremists.
Because these dudes don't tolerate anyone who's not in the same club as them. Like, I don't know how I date this. I just be fearing for my life the whole relationship. Can you imagine having a rain check going to the movies because your girl has to go to a Klan meeting? That would be terrifying. Especially if you already bought the tickets. Who are you gonna go with? I will say though, the only
good point.
I'm not gonna say positive. The only respectable thing about these extremists is they stand on who they are. Now hear me out. We all seen that one video Pootie did with that one racist dude in Arkansas. He is not very fond of anyone but white people, but he stands on it, and that's low-key real. But he's also a real bad guy too, so at least if you married one, they'll be honest. So now back to the question. Would I rather date a slave owner, a person that literally owns people, or a racist, someone who has a very messed up worldview but doesn't own anyone? Probably the person that owns people. At least they ain't racist. That was pretty much all the would you rather questions I wanted to go over today, guys. I know this video was a little different, but I had fun. I don't know about y'all. I had fun. Comment down below how many of the ones we had the same answers on. And comment down below if y'all want a part 2 of this. Let me know. Let me know.
For real, make sure y'all see what y'all want. For real. You know what? We're just going to
growing up, I always wanted
do this
to
from
be
the swell.
in movies. Not like an actor. I mean like in the movie. Who could blame me? They're so cool. But now that I've grown, I see that a majority of these movies I thought were super cool to live in actually aren't. So that's what I'll be going over today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over some movies I'd hate to live in. Yeah, do a little series. And in the end, I'll go over the movie that I'd hate to live in the most. First one up, Avengers, or every Marvel movie. As much as I love superheroes, you gotta be an idiot to want to live in the Marvel universe. If you know even the slightest bit about Marvel, you know these dudes deal with planetary threats, no joke, more often than I see my dad. And New York gets the worst of it. NYC is like the punching bag or like the 1960s wife of the MCU. This city does not catch a break. And on top of the usual stuff New York already got to deal with, you know, rats, high rent, drill rappers, rats. Now being in the MCU, they also got to deal with constant alien invasions, a wizard opening rifts in the city, a giant who eats planets, a literal god, and a meth head with superpowers. And to a New Yorker, that last one probably sounds like the most regular one. If you were about to be teleported into the MCU, this city would quite literally be the worst place to be living already. And I already live here. Yup.
Order anything.
And I already live here.
With Granger's endless product options, you can work smarter.
It's not like if I got zapped in, I'd be put in like Wichita, Kansas or something. I would literally be in the epicenter of the problem. And as a regular New Yorkian civilian, I have no option but to live every day like it's my last. Cause it literally could be. And at that point, I don't think I'll even be scared. No. I'm gonna just start trying stuff. Go to the club, try some new foods. I mean, you might even see me in the alleyway with Sentry. What else am I supposed to do when I'm living in a universe where Thanos could randomly pull up on me and tell me to get sturdy for him? The sad part is it wouldn't even have to be Thanos either. Cause as a New Yorkian, we're not even allowed to have Blick. So one of these street villains like the Vulture, or even lower than that, those bank robbers from Homecoming, can pull up on me and tell me to get sturdy too, and I'm gonna have to. Yeah, just keep me in regular NYC, bro. It's not worth it. I'm gonna be living there just to pay $5K a month on rent and have my first time seeing Spider-Man in person be watching him save a grandma while the Rhino is curb stomping me. Next up, I got a movie that might be even scarier because of how real it's starting to feel. iRobot. We all know this one. Movie set in the future, 2035, 10 years from now, where robots and AI are completely integrated into society. And I mean completely. They deliver packages for us, cook for us, keep us company. They keep the streets clean and even work with the police to ensure crime rates stay low. These things are everywhere doing any and everything for us. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Robotic Hus? Just kidding. I know what you're thinking. Well, that doesn't sound so bad. Robots doing everything for us? That sounds great. That's wrong. This is terrifying. Because aside from the fact that these things doing everything for us would pretty much turn us into skillless people from WALL-E, these things constantly being around us is a danger in this world. Because the people in this world like robots so much that they're convinced that they can't hurt humans. What? Bro, I know I'm not tripping. Am I tripping? Judging by the way people feel about AI right now, I refuse to believe in 10 years humans will be so comfortable with AI and robots and stuff to the point where they're comfortable not only living with them, but saying they can't commit crimes? What? Man, I've known my Siri for 10 plus years and I still don't trust her. You think I'm gonna trust this thing? But that's how it is for some reason in this world. People trust and love these robots. So they pretty much get a get out of jail free card. And if you live here, that should be terrifying for you. Could you imagine how out of control this could get? If there's no police around, what would stop one of these tin cans from shooting some random dude down the block and throwing the smoking gun into my hand? And guess what the cops gonna say when they roll up? So I was telling Bobby the other day, he should get the donuts from He's got a weapon! That would happen every single time and they would never get caught because they're not programmed to hurt humans. But it doesn't end there because those are just hypotheticals. This movie goes on to give me legit reasons to not want to live around these things. So we see throughout the movie there's a heavy emphasis on Will Smith's hatred towards these robots. Like, he really does not like these things. And it turns out it's because back in the day, Will got in this accident that sent him and this other car flying into some water. And when a robot came to save the day, it chose to save Will instead of the little girl trapped in the other car. RIP. Meaning, even when they're trying to help, these things could still leave you to die. So if it was me and a kid, innocent kid trapped in a house fire, if the robot deems me as having the higher chance of living, it'll save me instead of the innocent 5-year-old child. Bro, finally made a right choice. But dang, that's messed up. What if that was my kid? I'd be pissed. Like, you're a robot. You can't like go gadget extend and grab both of us out the fire. That's ridiculous. What are you good for? Yeah, living here would suck. That's not even mentioning the thing running these robots, Vicky, an AI system built to protect people. Built to protect people, huh? Sounds hella familiar. And that ain't even mentioning the job market. If these robots do everything for us, how would we get jobs? Like, you know what I mean? They're robots. There's no room for human error. Employers would love them. No calling out, no talking back, no paid time off. I mean, you don't gotta pay them, period. These dudes are the perfect slaves. So if you're not building them or working with the police, you have nothing. Bro, this is exactly why I hope our world does not become like this. Cause if I worked a long 20-year career in, let's say, construction, I'll be damned if I lose my position to an oil drink. Screw loose having, command listening. Another movie that scares me because of this realism stuff is 1984. This is one of them older films based on a book you might have read in school. Nah, who am I kidding? Y'all don't read. So I'll give you a rundown. Like I said, this movie is based on a book written in the 40s. So, you know, dark times, dark books. And in this world, society sucks. Everything's bleak, gray, and dull. Censorship and propaganda about some war constantly in people's faces. And worst of all, people are monitored 24/7. And this ain't like, oh, cameras on the street, phone activity. No. This is cameras on the street, cameras at your job, and even cameras at your crib. Like a big TV in the middle of your apartment with some dude's face on it that just watches you. Like, pause? But it still doesn't end there. It gets worse, because this society in 1984 doesn't promote individuality even in the slightest bit. Any personal hobbies, drawing, writing, collecting, throw them out the window. You ain't allowed to do that. Any dreams, thoughts, or even memories, you're not allowed to do that either. I don't care how much you miss your grandma. Bro, you can't even have a shorty, because their whole motto is you should only love Big Brother. Do I gotta say it? Pause! And then even if you do try to do any of this stuff, you're kidnapped and tortured till you eventually lose all that individuality. This is so messed up. You know what this reminds me of? Y'all know that Boondocks clip, the
Did I just catch you on the B shit?
That's what it reminds me of. Now, after all that stuff I just told you, you honestly think I'd want to live here? Hell nah. I'll take Thanos snapping away my local Ock over this stuff. That's why all things going on in the world right now scare me. I don't want to drag in states to this level. I mean, the fact that I'm even making this video with, you know, no issues means we ain't there yet. But we are definitely taking baby steps. Like, it's getting crazy out here. We got the Brits out here censoring Wikipedia, censoring Discord, censoring Spotify? Are we serious? We gonna make teenagers listen to Kids Bop in 2025? Even on Marvel Rivals, bro, they over here monitoring voice chats. Like, I got a warning the other day for just telling some dude to hop off. I mean, obviously I said it in a bit of a meaner way, but still, what is this? Even YouTube with this silly ID thing, like, bro, why can't we just keep it like the good old days where they monitored us without telling us? Why do I have to consent to it now? And now, before I get to the movie that I'd hate to live in the most, honorable mentions. High School Musical, constantly singing and dancing would just get old, especially because it's so random. Imagine you just trying to take a dump in the school bathroom and you have to rush out to go and sing We're All in This Together. And you didn't even get to wipe any of the Kanye films. I don't even gotta explain this one. Nah, I'm good. Secret Life of Pets, pretty self-explanatory too. And then The New War of the Worlds. Bro, the special thing about this one is not only do I think it's one of the worst ones to live in, but it's also just one of the worst ones, worst movies. This movie is garbage, garbo. Like, the reason I wouldn't want to live here is not because of the aliens invading the planet, but because of the sheer embarrassment I would feel being a part of it. Imagine dying to one of these aliens and the only person around to react is Ice Cube over his monitor saying, "Damn!" And now, the movie I'd hate to live in the most. Sinners. Alright, I don't think this one will be the worst one, just wanted to hype it up a bit, but still, it would be very scary to live in. This movie, if you ain't watch it, 10 out of 10. At first I thought it was a 9, but nah, it's a 10. This movie, if you ain't watch it, is based in the 30s down in Mississippi, which already, horrible start. But the scariest thing about this movie, if you're living there, isn't the time period it's set in, it's the fact that this world has vampires. Yeah, real, pure-blooded, bona fide vampires. I first thought they would be some racist Abraham Lincoln vampire hunter type of vampires, but nope, these guys are actually the opposite. They welcome every and anybody to their lifestyle, which to me, if I was living here, would be even scarier. With a mean or racist vampire, at least you know where you stand. They gonna eat you, so you know, stay away from them. But with these ones, you just don't know. If one of these nice ones came to my door disguised, singing me a song and offering me money, well, of course you can stay the night. Come on in. And it'd be raps for me. And even if that wasn't the case, I would not be able to avoid these dudes. Because even if they don't try to roll up to my door, they're attracted to music. And you know, I'm not saying I'm some Mozart or anything. I actually don't even know how to play a single instrument. But I am saying a 1930s Derek is definitely gonna be at one of them jukes. And one of them nights we definitely gonna get a Sammy-like singer who's gonna attract the vampires, and it's gonna be the same story all over again. Yeah, living here, I'm good off that. Even all this vampire stuff aside, like I said, this is in Mississippi in the 30s. If I'm not going to a juke, what the frick is there to do in the 30s? I might just die from boredom. I see why all people did back then was just pop out babies, because what else is there to do? Not to mention, these weren't the safest times either, especially as a Dominican dude or anything but white. I don't think that band of hooded men would see me and make any exceptions. Talking about some, hold on now, wait a second, Chuck, put the noose down. I think this one's Caribbean. Nah, they don't care. They don't discriminate. Well, they do, but you know what I mean. They just trying to meet their quotas. So Sinners, with or without vampires, I'm good. But I might dress up as one of the twins for Halloween, who's trying to help me find the clothes. That's pretty much all the movies I wanted to go over this time. And this one isn't a might. I'm definitely doing a sequel to this video. I had so much fun making. Comment down below some movies you'd hate to live in. And comment down below some movies you guys want to see me do in part 2. It's definitely happening, I'm telling you. And moral of the story?
He's got a weapon!
Well, that'll be it for today's video. Seriously, comment down below what situations and movies you'd hate to be in, because I'm low-key bored. I want to know your thoughts. It's kind of it. So I'll see y'all guys in the next one, and peace out.